Hello fellow duelists, this is Shadow of the Moon, and today I'm going to be showing you an updated deck profile of my Raidraptor deck for August of 2022. So before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all my new subscribers and my subscribers that I have, for watching my content, posting comments in my section. I really appreciate it. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Without this channel wouldn't be around, so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight on into it. So Raidraptors, this deck has been changed up quite a bit, but I think you're really going to enjoy it because after this, I'm going to be posting a 2-card combo tutorial to be able to show you how to set up an amazing field using your Raidraptor monsters. So first off, we're going to have triple copies of Tribute Lanius. Tribute Lanius, if it's normal special summoned, you can send a Raidraptor monster from your deck to the graveyard, meaning you're probably going to be sending Mimicry Lanius so that you can banish it to add a Raidraptor monster from your deck to your hand. Unfortunately, this does lock you into only Raidraptor monsters for the rest of the turn, but that's okay because you can still set up an amazing field even with just the Raidraptor monsters. Alright, so then you've got triple copies of Strangle Lanius. Strangle Lanius is a great extender for this deck. It locks you into dark types, but everything in the extra deck is a dark type anyways. If you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, and also let you, if you have an Exceed monster in the field, you can actually special summon a level 4 Raidraptor monster, but it negates its effect. So it does make it very, very, very useful. And then triple copies of Vanishing Lanius. Vanishing Lanius, basically you can special summon a level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster from your hand when this card is summoned. Then 2 Mimicry Lanius. Mainly this is going to be in the deck because with this, if this is in the graveyard, you can banish it to be able to add a Raidraptor card from your deck to your hand. So it's a card. It means you can be Raidraptor's Nest, it can be a monster, it can be whatever you choose. So it's very, very important in this deck. And then 1 copy of Necrovulture because it's a good extender for the Raidraptors. It's another level 4. And then we're going to be using Raidraptor Singing Lanius. So if you control an Exceed monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Very, very simple. Then you have double copies of Raider's Wing. You do not need more than just 2 Raider's Wing. So Raider's Wing, if you control an Exceed monster, you can attach a material to special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. Also, the card that is used with the Exceed is for Exceed material cannot be is not affected by card effects. So then we have triple copies of Heal Lanius. Heal Lanius, if you control Raidraptor monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it's another extender. It's a level 3. You're going to mostly be using this for material for your Wystrix. And then you're going to have triple copies of Raidraptor Pain Lanius. If you control a Raidraptor monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then from there, you will take damage equal to either its attack or defense, whichever one is lower. So you can either take 1100 by monster, 400, 7, 6, 1800. You'll take whatever for it is. So mainly you're going to be selecting obviously the lower number. And then that's it for the Raidraptors. We're going to be moving on to the tech cards. We've got Zephyros the Elite. Zephyros the Elite is mainly in here for the bounce effect for the Raidraptor's Nest, because you'll be able to get it as another level 4 body. And then 1 copy of Silent Boots. Silent Boots is going to be in here dumped in here for Rusty Bardies, just like as in Black Wings. You do not need more than just the 1. You don't need Ancient Cloak. If you want to, you can put that in there. That's totally up to you. But I just had Silent Boots because that way it kind of cuts out the middleman. And then for the hand traps, we've got 3 effect failures. Obviously, this is going to be in here to negate your opponent's monster effects until the end of the turn. And then you've got 3 DD Crows because we are running not only 3 Allure of Darkness, but also this is a great extender card in here. Hand trap to be able to banish your opponent's cards from the graveyard. If you don't want this, you can have Ash Blossom. You can have whatever you want. It does not matter. It's just in there for personal preference. All right, so that's going to be it from the main deck. So you see, it is quite a bit. Then we're running the 3. I've cut it down to 3 of the rank up. So you've got your Soul Shade Force for your Cyber Dragon. You've got your level 6. You've got your Phantom Knight's rank up Magic Force mainly for your Arsenal Falcon. And you've got your Magic Launch for your Kali Yuga, because Kali Yuga is in this deck and is pretty easy to get out. Obviously, it's not as easy as with the Black Wings, but it's still pretty easy. And then triple copies of Allure of Darkness. This is standard. You're going to use this to draw into your cards, obviously, and then banish a dark monster. And then we're going to be running double Raidraptor's Nest. Mainly, this is in here also for, like I said, for the Zephyros the Elite, because Zephyros Elite can bounce this back. You can also stretch for this. So what this allows you to do, if you control 2 or more face-up Raidraptor monsters, you can add a Raidraptor monster from your deck to your hand. So it just keeps the consistency going and synergy, and you're always able to have those tag cards. You're always able to have those extenders. And then that's it for the spells. Let's move on to the traps. So we're going to be running double Fogblade and a Shade Brigading. Yes, I know this is Korean. I actually like the artwork, and I love the prismatic rare. That's why I have it in here. But you've got 2 Fogblades to negate your opponent's monster effects, and then you've got this to act as a level 4, so it's a great extender. And that's going to be it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. So the extra deck is pretty much going to be somewhat similar for the most part to a Blackwing deck, except for just a few differences. So obviously you've got your boss monster, your Ultimate Falcon, very easy to get out, very hard to get over. You've got your Kaliuga, the camera to focus, there we go. Kaliuga is going to basically negate everything in mid to where your opponent gives you the handshake. You know, this is a great card to kind of end games with, because it may not be as easy to get out as the Blackwing version of it, but it's still very, very easy. And then you have Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon is going to help you this is going to help you going from your rank up, and then from the rank up, you're going to also you're going to activate its effect to special summon a level 4 Winged Beast monster from the deck, or you're going to have no materials. It gets destroyed when it's sent to the graveyard by Rusty Bardich's effect, and that will allow you to special summon Ultimate Falcon. And then we've got 1 copy of Revolution Falcon Air Raid, and you've got 1 copy of Revolution Falcon. If this card gets destroyed by battle by card effect, you can special summon this card. So this card's going to be able to destroy a card on the field when it's special summoned. And then you've got your Arc Rebellion and Raiders Knight. A lot of people don't play these anymore. I love playing these because a lot of people don't even see this coming. This is a great way for a turn 2 monster to be able to kind of end the game, because you're going to make it to where your opponent has like all these ridiculous monsters. You're going to shut off their effects with Arc Rebellion and then attack them for like 10, 12, 13,000 and just a game. And then, believe it or not, we are running 3 copies of Force Strix, because you do need Force Strix in the deck. You need all 3 of these. These are a great way to get your combos going, and also to where you have fuel, because in this deck you're relying more on the Force Strix to be able to add those level 4 monsters from your deck to your hand, as opposed to like the Blackwing deck. But this is still, I always love having the 3. If you wanted to, it's totally up to you. You can knock it down to 2 if you feel more comfortable with it, but I like having the 3 Force Strix because they do help with the deck quite a bit. And then 1 copy of your Cyber Dragon Infinity instead of Borolo. This is going to be your Omni Negate. If you are able to bring this out and you're not using like Strangolanius, then you can use this, because you won't be locked into Dark Monsters until you play Strangolanius or until you play Tribute Lanius. So this is going to be your great Omni Negate. And then you've got Time Thief Redoer. Okay, so Time Thief Redoer is extremely busted and overpowered in this deck. It's very easy to get out. And this, honestly, the most optimal field is going to be this, Ultimate Falcon, or this, and Arsenal, ready to go with Kaliuga and Cyber Dragon Infinity, because this guy's going to allow you to take your opponent's top deck card every standby phase, and also depending on what it takes or whatever you detach, you can either draw a card, banish this card, or you can send a monster your opponent controls back to the hand. And then we're running 1 Rusty Bard each, and we're running 2 Force Strix. Since this is a Raidraptor deck, it's more appropriate to have another Force Strix in here. Force Strix is going to allow you to search out for your level 4s and negate the effect of it, obviously, and then you're going to send that and then the other one to go into Force Strix, and then from there you're going to go into your plays. And obviously Rusty Bardiche, because he is a gentleman and because he is going to help quite a bit. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. This deck is a lot of fun. Obviously, if you get hand trapped, it is going to slow the deck down quite a bit. But believe it or not, this deck can handle 2 or 3 new hand traps before it really starts slowing down. So it is a lot more consistent than, say, an Infernity deck, or obviously a lot more consistent than some of the decks out there and everything that I have. It reminds me a lot of Blackwings, because it's basically mechanical Blackwings, which is funny, and it's very, very hard to get over on some of these cards. So that's why I love this deck to pieces. This is such a fun deck to play with, and it shows you like how far they've come. And I actually kind of wish that maybe we'd get more Raidraptor support, but unfortunately I don't see that happening, just because it's not really a popular archetype. It's not as popular as like Blackwings or something, but this is still an amazing deck because it is so super fast and very consistent. Alright, so that's going to be it for this deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and with that, see you guys next time. Later.